Your story's on my mind. You were my closest friend. I think you were too young. What did it have to end?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Couples Clinic with Ken and Ruth Aringo. We are very excited that we get a chance every other time to engage with you in this forum. Dear, welcome.
Thank you.
I don't know how
Thank you
you've
very
been.
much. I've been
Tell this
fine.
wonderful audience.
I am enjoying the couples clinic. I'm
Yes.
just enjoying engaging with people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting to improve people's marriages.
Apart from that,
Mhm.
I'm going to throw you under the bus with this one.
Yes.
How are you handling the COVID-19 break? What has changed in your life? What is different?
Oh my, there's so much. I'm getting to know a little bit more about myself, about who I am. I'm discovering the person that I am a little bit more.
That sounds so refreshing.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Story for another day.
Mm-hmm.
Today I'll spare you that one.
Thank
We
you.
want to dig deep into a conversation
Let's get on
that is
with
a
it.
feedback. These
Yeah.
are feedback from you. Those who have been gracious enough to go to our YouTube channel. We've seen a lot of encouragement, a lot of reviews, and one particular couple actually said, would you address the topic of forgiveness? And we've given it a title.
Yeah.
And we're calling it Forgiveness is a Two-Way Traffic.
Yes.
For those who know what a two-way traffic looks like, there is a coming, ongoing, and incoming. There's a give and take. And so, want to look at relationship. And one of the things that, as you talk to couples, I believe that you'll agree with me that we were meant for relationships.
Yes.
That we cannot live in isolation of the community where relationships happen.
Yes.
So whether you like it or not, you'll be
You
in a
have to be
relationship.
Whether at your place of work or even at home.
At home,
You'll find yourself in a relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, as we talk about in a relationship, we do realize that whenever there's a relationship, there are expectations.
Exactly.
And one great author said this statement, which I've grown to like, that marriage is a collision of histories.
Yes. It's a collision of two histories. Because remember, we come from different backgrounds.
Yes.
We have different values. We have different personalities. We have different histories. We've been brought up in different ways. And indeed, when two people who are totally different come together in the name of a marriage, then there's really some adjustments that have to be made.
Picking from the word collision. What is a collision by definition? A collision is a coming together of two entities. In this case, a coming together of a man and a woman to make one. And so, as the Bible says, the two become one. I'm just looking at the word collision to mean that could be you could collide.
Yes.
Why would you collide? Because there is expectation, unmet expectation. I came expecting 1, 2, 3. I remember we reviewed a book here called 52 Things. Did I get it? 52 things husbands need to from their wives. And there was a very funny thing I read there. And one was saying, I wish I was told that when I meet this person, they won't be perfect. That there are days when they'll push me to the edge.
Yeah, exactly. They'll push you to the edge because you must remember that we are first and foremost individuals. Before we become a couple, we are individuals. And if you're an individual, you are different from the other person. That is one major cause of conflict, is that we fail to realize that we are different. This other person, before you become a couple with them, they are different.
That's right.
They have different values. They dress differently.
Yes.
They think differently.
Different
And imagine
ambitions.
they have different ambitions, and you want to come and live together as a couple. Yeah.
And so, in talking about differences, I also believe that we can choose to either celebrate our differences or measure on them.
Yes.
And I would actually go with the former of celebrating our differences.
So it's a matter of choice.
It's a matter of choice.
Yeah.
And so, as I look at our topic today, I strongly want to believe that in looking at the benefits of forgiveness, being a two-way traffic, it means that there is a place in which these couples seek for solutions to the problems that arise out of this collision building. When we collide, when there's a conflict, then we start talking about how do we resolve conflict. And I remember in my school, in college, so my lecturer would joke and say, you can never resolve conflict. conflicts are managed.
Yeah, conflicts are managed. And one thing I must say is that they are bound to be there. In any marriage, conflicts are bound to be there. They exist. But how we manage them, how we resolve them is what matters. The process of conflict resolution is very key. Now, remember that when conflicts arise in marriages, they can degenerate into regrets. They can degenerate into anger, bitterness, which may escalate into self-harm, can escalate into violence, and even what we call irreconcilable differences. You've heard about those words.
I hear lawyers talk of that.
Yes, irreconcilable differences.
Yes.
But what matters is the process by which you handle these conflicts. And one thing I must say, I must underscore the point of people understanding that they are different from the other person and understanding the other person's perspective. You must learn to listen to the other person and where they are coming from. Because if you do not listen to the other person, then you will not be able to strike a middle ground.
Or engage proactively.
Exactly. So you must be able to listen to the other person. So not allowing yourself to listen is what can make the conflict degenerate.
And make or break the situation.
But remember, we are saying that conflicts can be resolved and it's a matter of choice. So what we are saying is that you can choose to forgive or not to forgive. It is on your end. You can choose to forgive or not to forgive. However, remember that forgiveness is not a weakness. It is actually a strength.
Wow.
What are some of the merits, Ken, or the demerits of forgiveness?
I like how you put that forgiveness is not a weakness.
Yes.
And especially, then allow me to talk to the men. I've had some men give us reviews on this platform, and they're saying there are times when you don't want to show your weak side. Mwanaume, you know. I don't want to show that I'm weak by saying I'm sorry. But if it is true that there are merits and the merits of forgiveness, one of the things that I want to admit and I want to say from experience and just encounter with couples is that forgiveness does not delete the memories of the past hurts or disappointment.
It doesn't.
If you hurt me, I will choose to forgive you. Yes. If you choose the road of forgiveness.
Yes.
But I'll still remember. There are times when people say, and I've even said it myself, that I choose to forgive, but I will never forget.
You'll never forget.
Meaning, when the memory comes, what counts is not the fact that I still keep the memory. What counts is what will I do with that memory.
How you handle the memory is key.
So it will not delete the memory, but it will be an opening from which you have a raw material to work with. The other thing is forgiveness does not remove the consequences of the damage that was done. For example, if someone strayed out of their marriage and there was infidelity outside the marriage and a baby was born outside, and now there's
the consequences are there that you have to live with.
You deal with that. So, how do you deal with that damage?
It is upon you now to choose to rise above that.
Will you always look at the offense, or will you separate the offender from the offense? Those are two important things that we need to distinguish. Whenever there's a strain in a relationship, there's the offense and there's the offender. The other thing is forgiveness does not automatically rebuild trust. It means that I will have felt a sense of betrayal and trust will be broken. Though I would have forgiven you, it will be a process. I want to underscore the importance of the patience, the process of waiting until the full maturation of the building of restoration of trust. So sometimes you say, I thought you forgave me. Why can't we go and have fun? No? I may still not be able to step up with you and go.
An emotional barrier had already been created
and
that you must work on.
And because I'm a human being, I'm not a machine. It's not a press, enter, delete. No. Wait for the process to mature. The other thing is that forgiveness does not always bring back harmony or the unity that was there. So you find once in a while, if you used to hold hands and lovey-dovey, now someone is pulling back, they want to walk behind you, understand.
Probably because of some of the assumptions that we may have made within the marriage. Now, there's one example I have to make here. I know there are times that your spouse may, probably you're used to your spouse coming back early, but maybe this one time he comes back late, maybe at 10 p.m. And he assumes that you're okay with it. finds that you have already taken, probably you take supper together, but finds that you have already taken supper,
Yeah.
and your spouse assumes that all is well. He didn't call you
Yeah.
to tell you maybe why he would be late.
Yeah.
But here he is coming and assuming, and all is quiet. You're quiet, you don't confront the situation,
Yeah.
and he also assumes.
That you're okay.
And you know what? Some of these small things, some of these
They're
small
called the
things,
little foxes.
are the ones that graduate into problems within a marriage that we must take care of.
Wow.
Yes.
Look,
What do you think about
you just
that?
reminded
Yes.
me what happened in
Yeah.
our very own marriage. When we were newly married, I'm an extrovert.
Yeah.
I'm one person. I leave work and I want to just say hi to a friend, check on a friend on my way home. I know I'll get home at the end of the day. And so that was my life before.
Yeah.
I get home and I remember enough times you say, I didn't even know. At least you'd have had the courtesy
Should
to
have
tell
called
me. And I'm like, why are you losing your head? I know my
Let
way
me
home.
know.
I'm
Let
not
me know.
lost.
Yes.
Okay? And God is taking care of me. But you're saying, I'm worried that it's 10 p.m. You have not
You're not
called.
around.
But for me, I'm thinking, I'm coming home.
Really? Uh-huh.
I'll be there eventually.
Yeah.
And so you can hurt each other without knowing. Because for you, you know that the least someone can do is communicate that I am delayed, I'm coming. So don't assume.
Yeah.
When that happens, and you don't talk about it, you bottle the feelings, you reach a point whereby you now, I call it indifference. One author actually talks about the opposite of love is not hate.
Yes.
He says that the opposite of love is indifference.
Indifference.
Indifference is where you feel nothing. I don't care. Whether you come home at midnight, 7
you lose
p.m.,
interest in
it's
the other
okay.
person.
That is something you need to watch against.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So of course when there are times we may try to work out forgiveness. You may want to forgive your spouse, but maybe your spouse is adamant. What do we do in such cases where your spouse is adamant and you have even tried to stretch the olive branch and they are just not responding? How do you handle such a situation?
I think that's a reality that we must address here. It will be foolhardy for us to imagine that it is forgiveness will work magic. There are times when you've tried, and because of the level of heart, the depth of heart that happened, whatever could have happened, a party may choose, say, you know what, I'm not in this, I'm out. Count me out. At that point in time, it's very important for the couple to reach out to a neutral mediator, because the two of you clearly cannot solve it, because already there's familiarity, there's a heart, and the emotional barrier. So when you bring in a therapist, in this case you bring a married therapist, once you ensure that they are neutral, meaning they won't take sides. The other bit is confidence. You need to have mutual confidence in the person. The confidence in the ability of the therapist to unlock their stalemate. And so when you come to the table, you come with your cards. Both parties put their cards.
Put your cards on
even
the table,
dangerous
including
ones.
the dangerous
Okay,
ones.
because I know couples where you come for therapy and you say, oh, you brought a counselor. What's the other side here? Let him sort us out. You are the profession. So you are not engaging. You need to engage mutually and proactively. And so another thing is trust the process. Meaning, when you fully sit down and you come together for the therapy session, engage from the depth of your heart. Because you're looking for a solution. There's no way you'll expect to solve a problem and you're not giving all the raw materials.
So we are saying that you must be ready and you must be willing
and trust
to be helped
and fully
and trust the process
and fully engage in the therapy. Finally, when the person reaches a point, they say, you know what, I don't care. Even with this therapy, it's not working. Do not blame yourself for the refusal of the other party.
At least you tried to
up to the point where you can't. It's called the elastic limit.
You tried to give him an olive branch.
And they
or
refused.
her.
So learn to release yourself. I like what my mentor likes saying. He says, I've forgiven myself. So even if you don't forgive me, I'm at peace.
I have forgiven you.
Because you can end up hurting yourself on account of the other party.
And as we always say, you can reach a time that you have reached your end. You have tried. You have tried to forgive your spouse. You have tried to talk to your spouse. You have tried to cede ground. You have done your best. You know what? During such moments, the best thing you need to do, especially if you believe in a supernatural power, you believe in God, that is the time that you need to go back to God and tell God that I have tried, I have done my best, I have stretched an olive branch, but you have seen what has happened.
It didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work.
I totally agree. Guys, this is gonna be it.
Yes.
We want to encourage you and ask you to engage with us.
Engage with
Do you
us.
feel that this is content, something that addresses a need, or someone they're struggling with forgiveness, whereby both parties are not willing to engage? As I always do, something is coming up. One of the people actually sent us a message that they want us to address the topic of sexuality in marriage. And I want to tell you about my book. There's a book I've done called The Software of Sex, and I'll soon be engaging on that on this very platform. So keep it locked here. Ruth, thank you so much.
Thank you very much
for giving time just to be able to engage this. I know there's opportunity for someone to learn and grow. We'll value your feedback. Go to our YouTube channel, Ken and Ruth Aringo, the Couples Clinic.
Yeah, we are very happy to engage with you, and we are available for you in case you need any help. We are available for you, so you're welcome. Thank you very much.